The big donors that left Trump and said, we're going to try and give some money to Haley and DeSantis. They're back funding Trump big time because he's the inevitable winner. But first, welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TenNapel. This is where the happy patriots are. Okay, so here's the first one. Major Trump donors who soured on him after 2020 and January 6th now insist he's their best choice. Some of them argue his demeanor and election denial don't eclipse his strengths. This goes to show there's two major narratives they tried. Trump denying the 2020 election and that he incited January 6th violence. Those two were floated up against Trump and they didn't work. The lies didn't work. They're coming back and refunding him again after throwing their little tantrum. Donald Trump and his allies are ramping up high-dollar fundraising efforts with less than 2 months to go until the Iowa caucus begins in the 2024 Republican primary, as several major donors show signs of returning to the former president, including those who once called him to exit the race. So these are all people who, and I totally understand it, you don't have to be on board with Trump at the beginning. I think in the primaries where you want to go for purity, but now they're all going, it's inevitable. He's the candidate. Let's stop screwing around, guys. Biden is destroying the country. We're going to get to Biden's incompetence at the end of this video, so hold tight. Some observers say the changing view of big financial backers shows a recognition that because Republican voters are sticking with Trump amid his continued controversy and legal troubles, he remains a very real contender for the White House. Trump is battling a slew of unprecedented criminal charges, all of which he denies, but remains the front runner in polling. By the way, they're unprecedented criminal charges. That's not because Trump is outrageous in anything he's done. He's completely innocent on nearly all of the charges. It's because the Democrat Party has gone so far in using lawfare to try to win an election. They're using judges and court cases to do what the election box will not be able to do. Charlie Colleen, a GOP strategist who raises money for the Trump campaign, said that, quote, while Trump may have not been some Republicans' first choice for 2024, many are coming back on board because the risk of Joe Biden being a two-term president is just too high. Hold on, we're going to get into why he's a big risk. We have shocking news from a White House doctor. Home Depot co-founder Bernie Marcus was among the major donors that had declined to weigh in on the 2024 presidential election before he announced a surprise endorsement of Trump in an op-ed published on the website Real Clear Politics in early this month, saying the quote, the stakes are just too high and the choice is simple. What do they mean by the stakes are just too high? This is George W. Bush's doctor and Obama's doctor and Trump's doctor saying Biden's decline is too great.
Well, it's happening quickly, Sean. And like you said, I've taken care of actually 3 presidents. I was also there during the Bush administration, so I know firsthand what it takes to be the commander-in-chief and the head of state. It's a grueling job, both mentally and physically. This man can't do the job. He's proven to us every single day that he can't do the job. But this is going to get worse. I've been saying this since he was candidate Joe Biden. I saw it early on, and like you said, I wasn't making a diagnosis, but I said something's going on here. This man's got cognitive issues related to his age.
This is going to get worse because age only goes one way, friend. It does not get better. There's only one way that Biden's going to go between now and the rest of his presidency, and that's worse.
And it's just unbelievable how much he's degenerated just during his time in office. We cannot afford to have this man in office for, the remainder of this term and then another 4 years after that. He's already putting us at great risk right now. Look,
the Democrats played a game with Biden and thought they'd get away with just gaslighting all of America. And now reality is settling with America and he's going to lose. And his losses continue still 2 points down again this week.
And it's because this man, even if he wanted to, he cannot provide that leadership. He is not physically and cognitively fit for office anymore. And somebody in his inner circle needs to step up to the plate and make him aware of this. And he needs to move on for the safety and security of this country.
Who in Biden's inner circle might give him the message? It would have to be Jill Biden, is the only one close enough to him that could call off his campaign. And she likes being vice president too much because she's playing games with America also. On the Trump donors turning around toward him, if Trump wins Iowa, I think he hits escape velocity Eberhard said. And there's a sense of inevitability to a certain extent. The media and people like me are just pretending there's a race going on. Trump, once again, is inevitably the candidate. If you're on board with him, give us a subscribe. And of course, leave a comment below. We love to hear from you.